Yo, what it do, everybody, man? What's going on? Welcome, everybody, back to the 11:30 podcast, Talk Pro Wrestling, man. Definitely been a minute since I done the wrestling podcast, man. Talking wrestling. It was supposed to have been a commission talk episode this week, of course, me hosting here on the 11:30 podcast. But my guy, Warren Marlowe, man, he's out this week, so man, we gonna keep the fun still rolling on here on the podcast, man. But once again, we live here, Facebook, Twitch, and on YouTube. Man, definitely hit the like button down below, comment, share, follow, and make sure you subscribe, man. Definitely. All right, man. Like I said, man, what's gonna be the commission talk edition though, but we gonna keep the things rolling on, man. A former commission bro, my bro on Beyond 1130, my guy, the host of the Beeline Entertainment, is gonna be joining me here on this episode of Talk Pro Wrestling, and that's what we gonna be doing, man. Talking some pro wrestling. We ain't gonna waste no more time. Like I said, bring on my guy Brian B, the host of the Beeline ENTSTR. Make sure you tune in tonight too, though. But my guy B, what's going on?
Yep, feels good to be back, bro.
Yeah, feel
Going
good,
for a
man.
little while. Yeah, man. Commission was I love doing commission. Shout out to all the people watch commission and everything like that, man. Yeah, of course we got STR tonight, but yeah, man, I really love doing commission. I know I didn't really do like some dramatic send off and shit, but I just doing both shows was getting tough. Trying to talk about different topics and this and that. So I was trying to commit. But yeah, I still love the guys, and yeah, we always talking shit anyway, So
Hey, yeah,
glad to be back.
Yeah, glad to be back, man. Appreciate it, man. We always talking stuff. So yeah, it wasn't no dramatic send off, man. We know we was gonna chat and obviously talk wrestling again. So
yeah.
But we here, of course. Like I said, my guy on Beyond 1130 as well. We got an episode tomorrow night, man. Definitely check out Beyond 1130. Real some great episodes, man, and great conversations, really man. For real. All right. Yeah, we talking wrestling, man. We gonna get into it. Before we went live, man, we was actually talking about Swerve Strickland, though, and you was telling me some information, though. I know that Swerve Strickland, in the in the wrestling community. I think it was the Booker T situation, though. Yeah, you want to chime on that a little bit more though before we sort of dive into sort of AEW Dynasty, which wasn't not great at all though, but the whole Swerve Strickland John and John Moxley just it was disappointing though. Like I don't know what's going on with AEW, but yeah, like what's up with Swerve though?
Yeah, man. Yeah, and y'all know. Well, if you remember, Brian B, bro, I went on some rants about AEW in the past on commission for sure, and I do the same thing on STR, man. I'm not a biggest fan, bro. As a matter of fact, we just did an episode not that long ago where I kind of just dedicated to saying like I'm tired of entertaining it, bro. Like I know we talk wrestling, right? We talk wrestling, so we do try to keep up with all forms of wrestling. Yeah. But y'all be trying to watch fucking AEW sometimes, and I just can't get into it, bro. Like, and these are guys that I grew up with, man. Edge, Christian, the whole bunch of different people. Even John Moxley and them. Like, I just don't be getting into it that hard. So, the whole shit with Swerve, Swerve Strickland, amazing talent, bro. Fucking incredible talent. If you know his history, like he was in Hit Row with, in WWE, and he came out recently and did a Vlad, whatever the fuck his shit is, Vlad TV video on YouTube. And Vlad TV has some pretty entertaining fucking shows. I ain't gonna lie, I watch a whole bunch of them. You watch them, Dre?
Yeah, I did. When I heard he was on it, I said I gotta check it out. I haven't though.
Yeah. He's done a bunch of he interviewed Mark Henry. He interviewed a couple of different wrestlers. I remember one of the most legendary ones he had was when he interviewed why am I forgetting his name right now? ECW, Black, Crazy.
What was his name? They did the Dark Side of the Ring of him. New Jack.
New Jack.
Yeah, New Jack. Yeah.
New Jack. Crazy New Jack, bro. But so Vlad has interviewed some wrestlers. This isn't the first time. But listen, man, I understand, Swerve's point. Like basically Swerve has been very, open about, listen, he's trying to make sure he maintains respect for, the black athletes, make sure that black athletes are getting the attention they deserve, are getting treated the way that, they deserve and everything like that. I mean, it's very important too. But recently, like, he's been kind of really just coming on strong. Most lately going after Booker T, man, and saying all this stuff about Booker T, and basically like it's somewhere along the lines, if I'm messing shit up, that Booker T is how can I say this being nice, like basically calling Booker T a house nigga. if you know what that means.
Okay.
That's how I summed it up. That's how I summed it up. I'm not saying he said that. That's me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I'm summing it up. Like, he basically calling him a house nigga, kind of. And basically just like, yes, sir. Yes, sir, massa. And trying to put, Booker T in that category. And that's what it seems like.
Mm.
But on Dynasty, I heard that at the end of Dynasty, like, he kind of turned to the crowd. He was saying some shit, and he was like, F Booker T or some shit. Something like that. I don't know all the details. But I don't know, bro. I just don't. I don't know, bro. I think that he's kind of handling it immaturely. Maybe that's the best way I can kind of say it. I don't like all that fucking drama like that. Like with race, man. It's just, I know it exists, but it's like, if you trying to bring that shit to the fucking front, like what are you trying to accomplish? Is what I'm trying to figure out. Like, are you trying to abolish racism? Like, we know that ain't gonna fucking happen. You feel me? I'm trying to be disrespectful, like I want it, but I'm trying to say, I think a better way to go about it is I think there is at least a better way to go about it. That makes sense. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it makes sense though. What's going on, my guy? I lately, anything I've been hearing Swerve, or it been more so where he's whether he was on the Breakfast Club or he did certain interviews, it seemed as though he's carrying that AEW flag proud and high. He's carrying that that banner on his sleeve, and he's AEW proud though, because AEW, sort of gave him an opportunity, made him a world champion in AEW. But however, though, I don't feel as though you should shit on the next, brother, or shit on anyone else just because they didn't walk away sort of from WWE, where, racism, we talked about racism, is in every sport, whether it's,
everything.
Basketball, football, whatever, wrestling, whether nowadays or 20 years ago, but I didn't hear that. I fast forward just about, I remembered it was about like 10 o'clock, and I said, oh shit, AEW Dynasty come on, and I was just like, oh, let me go check it out. I watched the first match, and everything else I just really just scanned through it and just got to the end, because I told myself I can't sit through one of their pay-per-views again. Like, it's just
5 hours.
Five fucking hours for it's
nigga.
Unbelievable. No, I'm not. Just you tell me I sat there all that time just to see the main event with Swerve and Moxley go 1-on-1. Not even to mention, we haven't seen the AEW championship on actual television since September, October, or whatever. And this whole Death Rider shit is just boring. And then to come to find out, the Young Bucks is the ones who screw over Swerve Strickland in the match. It was horrible.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It just doesn't, to me. And listen, I'm going into this conversation literally admitting I don't really watch this shit like that, bro. I catch the highlights. I saw everything with the Swerve match, but as far as sitting down and watch, if it's a match and I know it's going to be a good Will Ospreay match, I know it's going to be a good ass match. Am I into Will Ospreay like that? No. So I will watch the fucking match on YouTube. I'm not watching the 5-hour pay-per-view for some shit that fucking 75% of it I'm not really interested in. I'm not interested in shit Edge is doing. I don't care about the ops. I don't care about none of these shit. I'm not into it, yo. The shit corny. All of a sudden, Hangman Page is back in the mix, and now him and Swerve are friends. I'm not comparing. I'm just saying what's there that's offered. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not into it. There's a lot of shit in WWE I'm not fucking into right now. The only difference is I'm going to watch WWE. I don't give a fuck what happens. That's just what it is. You feel me? That's the NFL to me, and AEW's XFL. Like, if they do something interesting, I'm going to watch that shit. But if I'm watching my regular shit, like, I'll just hate that and just keep watching it, That's just how it is. Like,
yeah. Nah. I definitely understand what you... Amir, come, go sit on the couch.
Lil Drake.
Yeah, Yeah, mama gone to sleep. He just walking around trying to get into
Uh,
something though,
chilling
and
and
his
shit.
show on the TV. Yeah, go sit down. Go sit down
Drake in
on
the
the couch. Bring
background
the
with the
toys.
lights flashing and shit. Oh shit!
Look, man.
Like a strip
Look.
club.
Yeah, man. I was trying, man, and then
Yeah,
they ain't even how I really wanted them though. But
that's
yeah,
all
man,
right.
I'm trying, man. But shit, man. Yeah, it's so much that is going on right now. Like it's just not great. Like you just mentioned the whole AEW stuff. Like it's cool to a certain extent, but I like to be I like to my shit mixed up. Storytellings, wrestling, that's great. But a 5 hour pay-per-view, nah, I'm good though.
Yeah,
I'm really good on that
fuck
though. But yeah, like oh yeah, you mentioned the Swerve Strickland and the Hangman. That was probably the best thing that they, I think it was last week that they did, and they were back and forth like, oh yeah, you burnt my house down. Oh yeah, I deserved it. I was like, oh okay, yeah, it was cool. But everything like that, it was just like they ain't doing shit. They ain't doing shit with none of them though, and
the matches be good. Like as far as in
yeah,
wrestling, the matches be good. You know what I mean? Even like just I talk mad shit about her. I still love her. If she came back to WWE, I'd be fucking fan in a heartbeat. But especially right now, we gonna talk some shit. I know we gonna talk some shit, but especially right now with Mercedes Moné, like I like the fact that she's still a good wrestler, man. She's not a bad. I've never said anything about Mercedes Moné as far as her skills. But her walking around holding 4 belts looks absolutely fucking ridiculous. You don't even know where half the belts come from because they're not even from. She's not even the women's champion, and she has fucking 4 belts in the promotion. Like it's fucking ridiculous. And then it's like now you got Athena. Finally, if you know Slim on STR, Slim been preaching this shit for a year and a half about how Athena gets no recognition, and this girl has held the fucking championship for ROH for like fucking year and some change at this point. Like, she's on some Roman Reigns shit over there.
yeah, that's
So
weird. Yeah,
it's really weird that we keep getting like we I don't know, bro. I don't even know how to explain AEW anymore, man. It's like parts of it be kind of good, the wrestling be fucking phenomenal, but then it's just
it's
like they're
it's the
super
stories.
brutal.
Yeah, that brutal too.
Another thing where it's just like it's not even that entertaining. Like, watching that John Moxley fall in the spikes shit and then I grew up in the Attitude Era. I should love that shit, right? Why is it fucking weird? It's like, are you trying to be nasty, motherfucker? Like, what is it about?
Because I feel as though it's basically shock value. It's shock value, and it's for views on social media, and to have everybody click it and watch it and share it and all that. Because for real, that match ain't do a damn thing for anybody besides just have everybody like, what the fuck? Why was like, come on, man. I'm not trying to watch deathmatch wrestling. Like, to each his own. If that is your thing, if you like watching motherfuckers go through the glass, all that shit, then that's what it is though. But I just felt like that was pointless to try to do getting suplexed on some spikes or whatever. Yeah,
even swerve with the glass. Oh, it's real glass. Like what the fuck is this? What we're like trying to I get it, right? Like you just said, I get it. Like, you're trying to be edgy, you're trying to, but how much is too much, bro? Like, one of my favorite matches of all time, if not my favorite match of all time, I said it a million times, is Cactus Jack versus Triple H at Royal Rumble 2000, bro. One of the greatest street fights ever, bro. And even though it was gruesome, you had the barbed wire, you had the thumbtacks, you don't really see that shit too often. You weren't seeing it like crazy. But now, you know what I'm saying? AEW every fucking week, man. These guys got, when you saw that Swerve Strickland and Adam Page, a Hangman Page match, and he fucking hung him at the end and all this other stuff, he's stapling his chest. That shit was wild. But now you see that shit every week. You just saw Mariah May and them just beat the shit and bleed all over the place. Now you seeing it's like it's not effective if it's all the time. It's gotta be sporadic, bro.
You're right about that.
Sporadic.
Definitely right about that. Yo, WWE was peak around the Attitude Era and the Ruthless Aggression Era. I mean, that's no doubt. I mean, Attitude Era was definitely up there. But we can argue now. I mean, like maybe a year for two, but that this era could go down as one of the greatest eras. Like as being an adult now, it's come to find out you have to be mature enough to realize the Attitude Era was really Jerry Springer at his
That's
best
it.
in wrestling.
That's
That's
it.
that
That's very
that's
true.
that's really what it was, though. If you
Yeah.
really like look back at it, yeah, it was some phenomenal stars came out the Attitude Era. You had The Rock, you had Stone Cold, you had Triple H, Jericho, Kurt Angle. You had everyone, but the the wrestling wasn't all that
Yeah.
great. It was
No, it
more of
wasn't.
the crash TV that have you really tuning back in. Ooh,
Absolutely.
puppies. Ooh, like is she gonna bend over, show the skirt, or who's gonna get thrown off the Titantron or some shit like that. Like now, it's more in depth. We gonna tell fucking stories. We gonna have you
Yeah.
sitting at the edge of your seat waiting till next week to not see who get blown up in a car or something shit like that.
That's
Like
right. No, yo, listen, you
you
saying a
know.
mouthful right now because as much as I love it, I'm a fan of the Attitude Era. Every video game I get, I'm fucking playing 2K18 right now or 19, one of them, and I just
Hey, that's
created
what's up.
all the Attitude Era because they got DX entrances and shit.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm still playing that, and I'm sitting here like you have to understand, just like you just said, Dre, it wasn't the greatest period in wrestling, yo. It was awesome. It was a great period. But as far as
Hmm.
like, if you look at it like full circle, right now is probably the best wrestling has ever been. As far as these motherfuckers is playing Saudi Arabia, bro. Like, they just came from a fucking tour where they just did all of Europe and had Raw and SmackDown all over Europe. And bro, wrestling is bigger than it ever has been. I don't care what nobody says. And we're watching it fucking 7 days a week, bro. She used to come on one time if you back in the day. That used to come on.
No
It wasn't even
bullshit.
SmackDown before. So yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's definitely a different era, but it is opinion based, but you can't get any kind of like agreeing fact of saying that Attitude Era was the greatest in wrestling. I'm sorry, bro. As much as I love the show, I wish I could say it still, but I love it. But it's
Yeah.
now is where we at.
Yeah.
Roman and everybody's kids from that time is all in the ring and
and
shit. Yeah.
and yeah, like the Attitude Era, of course, like I said, you had The Rock, Stone Cold, Triple H. You had those guys. You had a lot of
Mhm.
top superstars at that point. You had the Ruthless Aggression. Yeah, you had Batista. John Cena and everything. It didn't get to the 2010s to where it was like your only two superstars was primarily John Cena and Randy Orton. Kind of like
Mm. That
so.
loud.
Yeah,
And Edge and
yeah,
they still
yeah.
had a couple people, but yeah, like you said, it started dwindling. Was it around that time where it seemed like WWE kind of they were kind of getting lost on how to make a star, bro? Because they're
Yeah,
there now too.
another thing was that it was, widely admitted, because of course Vince McMahon was in charge, that he didn't want anyone else to get bigger than the actual company itself,
Yeah, right.
meaning The Rock, obviously. No, I don't think they knew that The Rock was going to be a huge superstar, but I didn't
Yeah.
think that The Rock was going to be a huge superstar to where he's like, well, fuck y'all, deuces, I'm gone.
Hey man.
I got too big for it, and really, I don't need to come back or do anything else. So, yeah, they didn't really want no one to grow and get that height again to where it's like, all right, yeah, you think you bigger than the company, nah. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, like things are definitely switched up, man. But yeah, it's arguably could go down. This could go down as one of the best periods of time in wrestling, though,
Pro
especially
wrestling for sure.
in WWE. All right, man. We gonna move along here on the show. We're gonna dial it back actually to Friday Night SmackDown though for a moment. Two things happened though, man. Charlotte Flair, Tiffany Stratton, man, just went off
Mm.
the rip though. And lately, since Charlotte Flair obviously came back, everybody was in an uproar about Charlotte Flair winning the Women's Royal Rumble and going on to face or fight for another championship. And her and Tiffany Stratton program seemed like a little lackluster over the last couple of weeks. That's what I was saying about Jay and Gunther until the last
Mm.
2 weeks. But
Right.
yeah, Tiffy and Charlotte, man, going at it, and it seemed like Charlotte Flair lost some mojo a little bit though. I guess getting what Tiffy said about because when she said it, it caught me off guard. You know, her being 0-3 and divorces. So that confirmed to me that her and Andrade was no longer together.
Oh yeah, Drew, I forgot. You don't be keeping up with the outside shit. I forgot. I remember we talked about this before.
Because I heard about it. No, I do, man.
Yeah.
Look at, man. I try to keep up as much as I can now, because when I'm not doing this, man, is you feel me? I gotta keep up. Yeah, but I heard about it and I was like, oh shit, they not together. I'm like,
Yeah.
But yeah, I wasn't 100% sure.
Yeah. All right. Let me break it down for you, yo, because this is, I did a TikTok about it. I've been talking about this shit a little bit. All right. First of all, like you said, Tiffany and Charlotte, man, this shit been boring. Almost everything from WrestleMania been boring up until like maybe a couple weeks ago. Now it's starting to kind of get a little bit of heat going. But yeah, man, it was like Charlotte came back and then she won the Royal Rumble. And to be honest with you, I didn't even have a pick really for the women. I'm not gonna lie, like I didn't really know who can win it. Bayley winning it last year was perfect. It's set up with everything she had going on, but then she didn't really do shit.
Right.
She had that one story with EO, and that was it. That was fucking it, man. Once that got completed, it was nothing for Bayley left. Nia Jax did more than all they asked last year. I'll be honest with you. Nia fucking held that shit down last year.
Right.
But at the same time, Charlotte came back and she won. So everybody was like, all right, Charlotte won. What are they going to do? All right, they're going to give it to Tiffany. When they gave it to Tiffany, I was the one saying, literally, the only thing Tiffany Stratton had going for her, besides the crowd kind of being over for her a little bit, was Nia Jax. It was basically fucking Nia's valet. Like it was, they had the shit with the little Pretty Deadly every now and then, but she didn't really have much going on. She won the Money in the Bank, and then that win kind of put her in perspective. But if you think about it, if you really think about it, ain't shit Tiffany did. Tiffany was not nice on the mic. Tiffany ain't really had shit going, but Tiffy time. Yeah. Then they started trying to babyface her. All right, so then they did whatever. At some point, Charlotte and this girl had to meet. And they did that side by side, like just like us talking right now. She had side by side. And Charlotte ate her ass up in front of the camp, fucking shoot wrestling. And Tiffany sat there like, well. And Charlotte said, yeah, well, bitch. But I'm talking, so you be quiet. But then again, Tiffany Stratton came back. She went, Tiffany Stratton put some fucking glasses on, got a notebook, and went to study hall and shit.
No bull.
Bro, because she came back with a vengeance. You could tell when she got in that ring, she said, all right, bitch, you played me last time, but let me show you some. And it was, I said this shit before. It was perfect timing because Charlotte, I don't know if you knew this, Dre. Charlotte had just did a talk show, the fucking Sherry Shepherd talk show or whatever, where she was on there and she was crying. Yeah, that's why she said all that shit. She just did it. She was on a talk show crying. I think Tiffany even said it in the fucking in the promo. But she was on there talking about how she was embarrassed because she was divorced and people were comparing her to her father, and she had mad shit going on. And when I tell you, Tiffany Stratton said, "Look, bitch. You want to talk about me? You can't even get your life together." And Dre, not to go on forever, but the thing I noticed, man, I said this shit too. I was even like, just gave her kind of a shout out because if you notice in that promo, bro, you can definitely tell Charlotte Flair. I don't think she's in the best mental place right now, bro.
Nah,
she definitely seems like she got shit. Like, I don't know if it's like, her life is kind of, it may be like she got a lot going on. I know she said she lost a lot of confidence when it came to the injury because she had other shit going on. Like, she said all of this in the interview. But then when you notice, like, even when she first came back and she was talking to the crowd and she was trying to be babyface, but the crowd wasn't feeling it. They was like, bitch, please. Bruh. She got some issues, man. They keep trying to push her, but I said this shit beyond. I said this shit before any of them motherfuckers came back. Charlotte, Becky, Bayley, and Sasha Banks. They need to be back together. They need to be the 4 horsewomen, and they need to be, their last run needs to be them as a heel faction bringing up the new fucking talent. Even if they go over, even if they take every belt, tag team titles, both world championships, the 4 horsewomen before they go out, because Bailey's almost gone, bro. Charlotte's gotta be
Yeah.
almost gone from this shit, bruh.
Yeah, 'cause the women don't
Come
really
on,
last
man.
as long. Or yeah, they don't. They last half as long as the
Natalia, the
men.
only motherfucker.
Hey,
Natalia, 40 years.
she popped up on SmackDown, I think it was, or Raw, and I was like,
Yeah,
well, hi, Natalia.
for real,
I
man.
seen her in a while, but yeah, man,
Yeah,
I know what you're saying, man. Like, yeah, I didn't really hear much of that. I didn't even see that interview though, but
yeah.
you could tell she was shook. She was shook. Like I think it
Real
was
bad.
what was it, a SmackDown, I believe, and the crowd was just like eating her up, and they was just booing her and
Man.
booing her, and it's either they, was like, all right, the injury is healed, we need you back to, have you with Tiffany, and she's not doing well with the whole, Andrade, that divorce, and whatever the case is, though, I just feel like Charlotte could have just took a little bit more time off though. But however though, I do like the way this going, because even the first
Yeah.
interview, I didn't even look at it like that. I was like, man, this shit is what the hell was that? Like the little
Yo,
side by
Charlotte
side
ate her
interview.
ass up.
I was like, oh boy, that's hard. And then she had the nerve to talk about, oh yeah, Kaiser is in my DMs. Look at you, done made Kaiser a big star right now.
Yeah, for
You
real.
you done made Kaiser a big star. Like
Cause everybody know you full of, ain't nobody know they not.
everybody
Like,
know you full of shit.
come
Yeah.
on, you ain't you. Stop it. Like, you felt that shit immediately. Like,
Yo,
she would have been better off just not saying anything. Like,
no,
honestly,
not anything. And when Kaiser popped up on Raw, I think it was during one of the commercial breaks, and he was doing an interview. And the only thing I kept saying was like, "Yo, please talk about it." Like, yeah, please. But
Yeah.
it seemed as though WWE, edited out that comment on a lot of their social media, so it looked like they weren't gonna go
WWE's
that
so
right.
whack, yo.
Yeah, like, because that would have been something to run with, man.
Let
Luke
that shit
Kaiser would have
live.
been like,
Yeah,
huh,
for real.
yeah, like, yeah, man, that shit would be crazy. But yeah,
Yeah,
Charlotte Flair and Tiffy, yeah, something else. Definitely
yeah,
something else. Speaking of something else, man, CM
mm,
Punk on SmackDown. A lot of people was waiting for this since November. What the hell
yeah,
the favor is, man? What the hell the favor is? What the hell the favor is? Okay, before we figure out the favor, and now CM Punk revealed that his favor for WrestleMania is to have Paul Heyman come down the ringside. Now, midway through this announcement, I was looking a little confused, lost, but then I had to realize, like, oh shit, that's right. Paul Heyman already said, yo, to whatever this favor is, it's automatically yes. It don't even matter what it is. So then, Roman Reigns telling Paul Heyman, man, let him down easily, and he can't let him down. So that's the favor of CM Punk. And of course, on
yeah.
Monday Night Raw as well, Seth Rollins said, now you owe me a favor. So how do you feel about this favor? And do you think this is going to go sort of where I think it's going to go? Because I believe now, although this ain't for a title, and yeah, this ain't a Paul Heyman custody match, but I feel like Seth Rollins is going to be walking away at the end of this match with Paul Heyman. Do you think so?
A lot of people are saying that, and listen, bro, you know me, bro. Like, I've always been the one that likes to swerve stories, bro. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
like to expect the unexpected shit. And WWE does give that to us sometimes, bro. They do. They do a good job of telling a story, even if you think you yourself are telling it better. The whole Paul Heyman being, CM Punk, I think there were so many people that was calling that. They knew that was going to happen. Oh, Paul Heyman, CM Punk wants Paul Heyman in his corner. Whatever that means, you know what I'm saying? I get it. Like, Paul Heyman, he makes fucking champions. Like, that's what he does. But there's no champion. I thought personally that the favor was going to be CM Punk asking Paul Heyman to find out how he can make the winner of the triple threat match be entered into the fucking WWE title match. That's what I
Mm.
thought. I thought it was gonna be something like along those lines, like Paul Heyman, you got power, you've been in, this company forever. I want you to talk to Triple H, you're good friends, and get the winner, blah blah. I want my real title shot. I thought it was gonna
Yeah.
be somewhere around there, but one thing I will say about this now, because honestly, I don't give a fuck about the favors. I don't care. I'm tired of it. It's bullshit. We waited since Survivor Series for that. Be my manager. Get the fuck out of here. Like, come
Even
on.
Roman said it too. Like, that's the
Yeah, like
favor.
that's the favor, motherfucker. Like, for real. But at the same time, it's like if they take it and they do something where they make Seth Rollins with Paul Heyman, I mean, you got to ask yourself, what the fuck does that mean now? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
like he's gonna fight him with what? It's kind of dull. Like, there's not enough story around it to build. I can't get where they're gonna go with this.
Oh, okay, hear me out real fast though. And the only story concept that I came up with about this matchup is that well, Paul Heyman obviously is the wise man to Roman Reigns, and obviously Paul Heyman is CM Punk's best friend, and with Seth Rollins and CM Punk having the back and forth on screen real life beef or whatever like that, and then obviously you got the whole Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns thing that's going on. I feel like with Paul Heyman being sort of in the mix with both of these two guys, what way for Paul Heyman to Paul Heyman to sort of Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman to screw both of them out basically. The favor is it's whack as hell. Like, oh yeah, I want you to come down to the ring with me. Oh, okay. And now Roman Reigns, he thinks that Paul Heyman is so loyal to him that he don't even really notice, because Roman Reigns is still Roman Reigns at heart, though. Don't matter however you want to look at it, though. But I feel
Yeah,
like with Seth Rollins being that in betweener, kind of he got beef with both of these guys. Both of these guys were Paul Heyman guys, and then I come in the middle. Even Seth Rollins said, "Over my dead body, yeah, you got one past me. Yeah, you got the main event match, but you ain't gonna win. And I'm gonna sort of take your favor right from under you by taking your wise man or your best friend from you." And Roman Reigns. That's the only concept that I have with this Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman, and maybe them joining at
yeah,
WrestleMania though. Yeah, it is a weird favor though. It really is though. But
yeah.
you know,
And it's also just like it's one of the problems that I've had with a lot of WrestleMania, man. This WrestleMania has been a really weird build, man. I feel like we have so many things happening in the matches that are happening that, for one, you've seen the shit already. I've seen fucking Seth Rollins and CM Punk wrestle each other multiple times now. The last one was a cage match, and there's been this and there's been that. Well, but I mean, how much do you give a fuck anymore? Like, you know, if it's still going to continue, it's going to continue. Is Seth seem like he's turning on some heel shit? He definitely does. If he turns heel, it brings me back to my point, like, of even with Paul Heyman, what is he going to do, man? Like the
I
one
don't
thing that
know.
they are building correctly, that it looks like, of this has been Roman Reigns's fall, bro. Like, this is like the last piece of the puzzle. Like, remember, Paul Heyman was the last thing. Even he said, like, if I don't have my wise man, I'm not the tribal chief. So it's like he's definitely, that story arc is still there. It's not being acknowledged, but is there. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what they're gonna do as far as conclusion. But you got this shit with with Roman Reigns and the bloodline shit that's still kind of up in the air and not finished. You have the which is fucking crazy to me. The fucking LA Knight and
Mhm.
Jacob Fott.
Okay.
What?
All right.
That's a SmackDown match. What the for Mania? Get
Okay,
the fuck out of here, bro.
let's go, because there's a couple of matches already announced, and like you just mentioned though, you said LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. Okay, so you
Bro.
got feelings about some of these matches right here. What I
Whoa.
thought it was going to be Jacob Fatu versus Solo Sokoa. You
How is
know,
it not though? That's why
that's
I've been fucking complaining, because it's like, how do you have your biggest pay-per-view of the year And you have this is where you conclude stories. This is the climax, motherfucker. Like what writers do you have? This is the climax. This is the Super Bowl. Every
Mm-hmm.
fucking story that's been building should be at a fucking volcanic peak at this point. But we're using Mania to continue shit. Come on, bro. What the fuck is
Yeah.
going on, man?
Yeah.
How is it not Jacob versus Solo at fucking Mania, bro?
I
How is
don't
it?
even know because it made sense for it to be, Jacob coming back was Solo been gone for some time and now Jacob was running shit and now Solo won't come back and
Crazy.
like it just made sense. Solo was the one who caused Jacob the United States Championship, match the like 2 weeks prior and now
That's right.
Jacob like so it was weird. So Jacob versus LA Knight. However, that's gonna happen. That's gonna happen. The Naomi versus Jade Cargill match, man. How you feel about that match coming
Another one.
together, man?
I feel like I like Naomi's character.
I
I,
really
I
do.
definitely like
Proceed
Naomi's
with
character.
caution. Mm-hmm.
Jade Cargill, corny as hell. That fucking listen, no hate, right? She corny. She fucking super corny, bro. Like everything about her delivery, I'm not a fan of that girl, bro. She like I'm not trying to hate. I really am not trying to hate, but I definitely got to be honest. Like me personally, I'm just not. Everything she does is drier than fucking bread. And
Damn.
and Naomi, getting the ability to kind of shine and do these awesome vignettes, and for them to do all of this with Naomi, which I really highly feel that is going to come back to Bianca, because her and Bianca are the money match. Here we go again, another. This is
Mm-hmm.
Mania, and you don't have Jade Cargill versus Bianca Belair. I don't know what the fuck is going on anymore, bro. Like. But
Mm-hmm.
it is what it is. Like if they're just doing it so they can tell a fucking year-long story, whatever, man. I'm not gonna wait for Mania every fucking year to see some shit happen. I'm not trying to. Now they're building past Mania. I'm not, like I said, Dre. You know me. I can talk some shit forever, but I just
Yeah.
don't understand what they're doing this year, bro. Am I excited to watch the match? No, I'm not.
I,
I'm gonna watch it. But if
yeah.
nothing happens between Bianca, which I don't understand how it could, because Bianca's wrapped up in another fucking story that doesn't need her, let's be honest. But it is what it is, bro. I don't fucking know. It's weird this
Yeah.
year.
Yeah, the whole Naomi for me, the whole Naomi, I love the new character. Proceed with
Yeah,
caution, whole cycle. Like I'm
love it.
crazy type. Like yeah, like everybody want to make me out to be the bad person and all this and everything. Like I dig it what she's doing. I do get it. Yes, everybody expected Jay Cargill and Bianca to either be having a one-on-one matchup at
Right.
WrestleMania because they were a tag team. Everyone thought that okay, they're a tag team. Once this blow off, they're gonna turn on each other, and then boom, they're gonna have the magic matchup at WrestleMania. And it was kind of like, nah, don't give them what they want right now. And I mean, I think it's eventually it's gonna happen because I feel like Naomi wasn't behind this shit by herself. I feel like
Bro.
Bianca had something to do with it, and I think that's why Bianca, in a way, kind of like smoothly removed herself from this situation, and now her ass over on Monday Night Raw. Do I like her being added in the matchup? I kind of do because last year, in my opinion, I thought we were going to get Rhea Ripley versus Bianca, but instead
That's
we
the
got
match.
Rhea Ripley versus Becky, and that didn't happen. No, not last year, the year before last.
Yeah.
But it was Rhea versus Charlotte instead of Rhea versus Bianca, and then
Again.
Io. Yeah. And then Io wound up winning the championship, which I feel like she's definitely gonna win because there's no way in hell she's the middle person and y'all mushing her apart. Like everybody trying to sort of what's the word? Like everybody's trying to like not
Downplay her,
down.
not
Yeah,
take
they
her
yeah
seriously.
yeah
Yep.
yeah they downplaying her, push her to the side and everything like that. And they making it more so about Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair and them two going at it. So I mean, yeah, it's all over the place. I mean, we knew that was going to be a triple threat matchup to come. I mean, like, there's a couple of matches I am scratching my head on though. But however, I feel like when Bianca And she gonna lose. She gonna lose, and I guess may have a program with Rio or whatever, or even before she has that
bro.
program,
I don't
she could
know.
go back to
I
that.
don't. That's the thing about all of this shit that's happening, bro. Like it is making you question everything because the one thing about WWE is before previously they have been kind of predictable. But then they still would kind of swerve you in a couple areas where you least expect it sometimes. Um, for example, Cody Rhodes losing that WrestleMania, the first WrestleMania match. I think a lot of people just knew Cody Rhodes was going to win, even though I was saying not his fucking time yet. He
Yeah,
just came. Like,
yeah, uh-huh. I
no,
remember
he's been here before, but
that.
nah, nigga, he just got here. Like, Roman's been on an epic run, and he's gonna walk in the door and take it. Like, nah, come on, you got to prove yourself. He knew that shit.
Hmm.
But at the same time, it's like there's so much going on. What I feel they're doing is they're trying to get belts on these people before they have these big matches. I get that, but that's not something you fucking do at Mania. That's something Mania is where the payoff is supposed to happen. This is the big business shit. You got $4,000-$5,000 fucking nosebleed seats, and you're giving us matches that we can watch on SmackDown, bro. That's bullshit. Like even the triple threat with like Dre, I know we were talking on SDR about this. Like it is EO is phenomenal, bro. But let's be
Hmm.
real. Rhea and Bianca is the money match. That's the
That
money
is the
match.
money. Yeah, it
Just
is.
like just like Jade Cargill and Bianca is the money match. Triple threat match is phenomenal, but I'm just saying, EO, even how they play in the story. Oh, they're
But
not paying attention. And then EO jumps on the ring and she drop kicks me. Oh, you should have watched me. Yeah, we should have watched you. But why are we not? That's the question. Not we should have watched you. Why are we not watching you? It's because shit is bigger than you. I'm sorry. Like you're good, but you ain't the fucking. If it was just EO versus Rhea, it wouldn't sell as big. For Mania, for Backlash maybe, but for Mania, come on. Like
nah. I
Bianca and Rhea is the fucking that's the Tyson versus Holyfield. Like that's the
mm,
money, bro.
yeah, nah, I agree. I definitely agree. And of course, WWE is in a state where they long gaming right now, and I know, a lot
Super.
of people, don't want to wait till they cook. They don't want to wait. They don't want to wait. It
Hell
smelled
no.
too good. It smelled too good. Fuck it. Let me eat something now. Like,
And there's also a chance that we may not get it. I think that's
yeah,
I think it's
that
bigger
is
on
too.
that level.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is too. But like, look at some of these matches though. Like, are really based off a story from last year's WrestleMania in
For
a way.
real.
Like Jay Cargill and Naomi. They all was a three of a tag team with Bianca, and now you got Jade and Naomi going together. What happened there? Well, one of them pushed them off the edge, and now they fighting, and the other best they no longer friends. Another one, I think I'm pretty sure you feel some type of way about a little bit though. Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest. Obviously, Damian Priest was the one who came down last year at WrestleMania and cashed in his money in the bank on Drew McIntyre. Even though Drew McIntyre had a hell of a year. Now that might be sounding like I'm giving this shit for the benefit of the doubt, but I think at least some of the shit is making a little bit of sense though. But Drew, I think he deserves a bigger matchup at
Definitely does.
WrestleMania after having the crazy year, which like he literally killed it last year with CM
Yeah.
Punk though. But
How is
yeah, I
he
mean,
not fighting? How is he not fighting LA Knight for the fucking US championship? Tell me that. If somebody can
mm,
explain that to me, how is Drew McIntyre versus fucking LA Knight with Drew McIntyre going over clean, not the Mania match? How is that not a build? You're telling me you're taking a build literally from guys who were fighting since fucking Damian Priest was in Judgment Day? Like, come on, bro. Like, this shit is. They've already fought each other. First off,
yeah,
and
they have.
yeah, he cashed in. Like I said, this is another example. They have fucking Raw and SmackDown matches on Mania. This shit don't. This year's WrestleMania, bro, is really really weird, man. It's really weird, yo. I'm sorry. It's like even the Cody. I'm not trying to jump the gun, but I'm just saying, like, this shit is just weird, bro. They have all of these matches that are just seem like they on the card, but they have good stories around shit that they're ignoring. I just that's why I
Mm.
just don't understand what the fuck. Even I don't want to jump the gun. Fuck you, bro.
No,
It's
what you
so
about to
many
say?
to
What you
talk
about to
about
say?
though. I was gonna say even before, like, the bad shit happened, but even with the Kevin Owens and Randy Orton, we
Okay,
already
good. Yeah, we
saw
could.
them fucking fight. We already saw them. Are we
Yeah.
going to see it again?
Mm.
That's fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Kevin Owens, man, was definitely going to take on Randy Orton at WrestleMania, and Kevin Owens, man, Kevin Owens was injured. I don't know when, but he had a crazy match at the Royal Rumble, and of course, the match he had at Elimination Chamber was definitely crazy. No, I think it was a matchup at Saturday night's main event where Cody Rhodes did the Alabama Slam to him onto the ladder or whatnot, but. Never know if this plays a factor into it. Kevin Owens could possibly be out for some
But then
time,
again,
though. I personally thought this was, just going to be a part of the story. Kevin Owens was just going, like, fuck around and just, come
that's what I
back. And
thought.
that's what
Still
I thought.
possible. It's still possible.
Still possible. Then Kevin
Yeah.
Owens, got into it with a fan. So when that happened, I was like, okay, this must be legit. Like that fan must have said something that, must have pissed Kevin Owens off. But then obviously, Nick Aldridge is in the middle of the ring, and we see Randy Orton RKO Nick
Nick
Aldridge.
Aldridge.
So
Yeah.
it seems as though we may see a matchup between Randy Orton and Nick Aldridge. I don't know, maybe because it does kind of play back to where Nick Aldridge did find Randy Orton. I forgot how much, but Randy Orton gave him an extra amount just in case he RKO him again.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the second time, so we'll see. We'll see. I like
Yeah.
last year's WrestleMania than this year's, though. I mean,
Man, last
yeah.
year's WrestleMania sucked too, but
Do
not as bad. But
you
just
think? Do
Superman
you,
Cody.
yeah. Do you think Jay is winning or nah? Actually, we're gonna get into that
Yeah.
in just
Yeah.
a bit. More than likely. More than likely.
I sound like a hater, yo, but I'm being honest, bro. It's just weird this year, man. It's just I think everything is. There's nothing else to say. I think weird is the best word. It's just even talking about
Mm,
Jay Uso, man, and just kind of how Jay got over. Oh, look at my wife. Jay got over because of course, his character after the bloodline was phenomenal, bro. Like, the Yeet shit went over like, more than any entrance maybe in history of wrestling. Like,
mm,
I think that entrance got people up on their feet, and of course, it was still the Usos, one of the most popular tag teams in the world. And it's just like you put him in this another match that's already fucking happened. But you put him in this role of him trying to get out of this playful character, colorful character, and now you're trying to make him serious. But you have to know there's no way Jey Uso's not coming out and yeeting at Mania, bro. They're not gonna make the crowd, punish the crowd from that. They want that to be the biggest yeet fest ever. But his character that they're trying to build in this story, it don't match that shit. Jey Uso should come out like a motherfucking demon at WrestleMania, bro.
so what if they actually do what they did, on Monday night, have him come out sort of like that, and then
Bruh.
obviously if he does win, then he can eat along with the crowd afterwards, though.
Hey, listen, I don't even know. I mean, it goes two ways. It goes, is Jey Uso at this is what I'm saying. Like, this is Mania. Like, it
Yeah.
can't. You're doing shit that you should have already done already. If that's the case, you can't do this at Mania. What are you gonna do? Have him come out and do a serious yeet? Like, he gonna have to fucking party up and then turn to Gunther like, all right, now I'm gonna kill you. It's still weird, like, because the
Yeah.
story don't match the character. Comes out in all black. If he does come out on some real serious shit, he got a new theme song and everything. It's just going to be weird. I'm like, this is Jey Uso. You may not even be as hyped because now the main thing that you loved about this dude, which was his presence and his delivery, because, and I'm not hating on Jay. I love fucking Jey Uso, but his presence and his delivery and his demeanor and his attitude are the reason why you get behind this guy, man.
Mhm.
You love his comeback, you love his underdog qualities, you love all that shit. But if he just comes into like, man, I'm about to, because that promo he cut, you felt it. But then I started hearing other people talk, and I was literally being like, hold on, you guys are right, man. He did come off kind of like weird, like,
Yeah, like
oh,
yes. Some people are saying that. I did hear people say that, and I think my guy
yeah.
was talking about that, and he said some people were saying something about the comments about like how. Don't get me wrong, because when he was like, I think it was the part where he started off the promo and was like, you talk to your mother, and I think it was how he was saying it. It was like, no, I'm talking to my mother. Yeah, I talked to my mother. Yeah, like it did come off a little weird, you know. But
I'm talking more about the part like where he was like, I was scared of you. I was scared, but I'm not scared no more. Like
you
I'm not afraid. Like Home Alone. Remember when Kevin McAllister came out the house? I'm not afraid anymore. And then the motherfucker came with the trash can. Like, oh shit. Yeah, I am.
mm,
But that's what I mean, bro. Like when he was delivering, like he was sounding good, yo. He was sounding good when he was like telling them, like, yo, listen, did you talk to your family? You better talk to them because I'm gonna fucking destroy. I get all that, but it's like you coming off after this guy just beat the shit out of your brother, covered in his blood, and then you
mm.
just kind of came out on some. Well, at WrestleMania, I'm gonna really get you now. Like it should have been on site, bro. You should have been a fucking pit bull, bro.
But see, maybe I'm the opposite on that because I felt like the promo was it was good, but I thought it was even more better that what was said and how it was emotional, how Gunther reacted to it, and not only that, they did not touch it. They did not touch Gunther, although he's supposed to be this dominant champion, which last week he looked like a fucking lion, turn up a predator. But
That shit
this
was
week he
crazy.
looked at fucking, he looked at struck like, oh shit, like I whipped his brother's, I whipped his brother right in front of me, blood on my body and everything, and he come back like the next week like, yeah, I was afraid of you, yeah, and now I'm not afraid of you, and because of me personally, this was the first match announced for WrestleMania. I felt like this should have had a head start on everything, but for real, this story only really took a turn only 2 weeks ago when Jimmy
Just
Uso slapped
when
the
that
shit out
happened,
Gunther.
that's it.
That's when it took a turn.
That's it.
And Gunther was like, "Yo, I'm gonna get my receipt." And boy, did he get his receipt by beating the shit out of Jimmy Uso. And he beat the shit out of him though. Made Jay watch, man. And that was cool. I was afraid that the zip ties was gonna break, but they didn't. But it was
Me too.
cool. then
Hey
then
Jay, Dre,
yeah.
let me say this. Let me say this, bro. This is here unpopular opinion. Everybody ready for it? I kind of want Jay to lose. I kind of
Hmm,
want Jay to lose. I'm not gonna lie.
I thought of
Jay
that.
Jay has had a phenomenal singles run or whatever at this time. Did he do like yeah, he definitely did amazing things. You want to know what he did? He got that motherfucking crowd jumping like he ain't never been jumping before. He's made a name for
Hmm.
himself. He's in commercials. He's doing a whole bunch of shit. Jay Uso, he's selling merchandise. He's giving away glasses. Jay Uso has stamped his singles run. But let's be honest. Let's be honest. Come on, bro. Even if he beats Gunther, what does that do for Gunther? Gunther, the one
That's what
thing
I've
you
been
gotta
thinking about.
you gotta say this shit, bro. When Gunther beat the shit out of Jimmy, I thought I was gonna be like, all right, let's go, Jay. Let's go. I can't wait to see the right hand man, Jay Uso. But you know what I really was feeling like? I was feeling like, damn, Gunther really is a fucking animal, yo.
Hmm.
And I'm kind of now more interested to see just Gunther versus Brock Lesnar or some shit. Gunther versus John Cena, even. Like, I'm more interested to see where they're going to take Gunther than just kind of like a Kofi Kingston feel good win from Jey Uso. I'm sorry, bro.
Mm.
But
So basically, you saying that it's going to be like a feel good, one time only thing, him being champion, like you just said, like Kofi Kingston.
I feel like this match should go Jey Uso comes there, he does the yeet, because we all know that's going to happen. People going to be eating all over the fucking planet. They're going to be super down for him. I feel like Jey Uso should beat the shit out of Gunther to the point where he's fucking absolutely bloody in the ring. And I mean, it should be the closest 3 count fucking possible. But then I feel like maybe, I don't know. This is like a stupid stretch. Maybe Ludwig or somebody or something, or maybe even a new member of a fucking Imperium. And they come down and they fuck that matchup for him. Maybe even Jimmy comes out and helps or whatever, blah, 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 blah. But Jey Uso winds up losing, and that reunites the fucking Usos, and then that's where they stay until they fucking retire, bro. That's it.
Okay.
That's my pick. I'm be on STR. I'm gonna say the same fucking thing when we come to predictions. But yeah, I'm not into it, bro. It's gotta end. It's gotta end, bro.
So basically, no, you part of the no yeet zone, basically.
No,
yeet.
Jimmy's eating now.
So Jimmy
together. Just put them together, bro. They
put them together.
It was a fun experiment, bro. The Usos should just be, bro. What are the fucking?
I don't even think the experiment is. I don't even think it has started with Jimmy yet. Like Jay, yeah, like okay. Hear me out. Like hear me out. Like, I thought of that of Jay not winning at WrestleMania just because of the champion that Gunther is, though. Mm-hmm. Like what would it do to Gunther? How would he be after that loss to Jay? You know, you don't want it to be like a one-time deal like Kofi Kingston, you know, with Jey Uso. You want it to mean much more, and hopefully I will hope it will. But to be honest with you, I mean, at heart, he's still a tag team guy. Yes, Jey Uso broke out and became the guy, though. But I mean, like, I want to see what Jay can still do on his own. Yeah, we've seen him, you know, for the last year or so. But Jimmy, I want Jimmy. I want them to separate. Like them coming together as a tag team is great. I mean, you know, and doing their thing, and you know. But if they can't accomplish much alone, then I guess you know I'll take them back as a tag team. But I was all for it because when they had that promo on Raw between Jimmy and Jay, Jay said, "I'm gonna still do my thing. You gonna still do yours." And you know, like we're gonna be brothers or whatever, like that. Like you know, like and if it comes, we gonna come together. But that's kind of like my little take on it, though. You know,
I want to see the shit with the Usos way more than I want to see anything with individual Jimmy or Jay. I want to see them go up against the fucking the Hardys just came back, bro. And even though they've you know had matches with them in the past, like I want to see the Usos versus the Hardys. I want to see the Usos versus the Street Profits and just different shit, man. American made. Like there's a lot that can be done with the tag team division, and your best tag team, maybe the best tag team in the world right now.
Like I would like
up, man.
How would you feel though? I mean, you know, like I'm all cool with it. You know, like you just said, American Made versus the Usos, Hardy versus the Usos. Like there's some good tag teams. I wouldn't mind seeing though. But how would you feel? Like you've been on this crazy run, top merch seller, breaking attendance, like sellouts, all that stuff. The crowd going crazy with you. Everybody love your entrance now, and you finally get a singles title. You get a match at WrestleMania. You win the Royal Rumble that nobody thought you would be, and now all of a sudden, we're going to put you back in the tag team.
Bro, listen, how would I feel? Accomplished.
I mean, listen to everything you just said, bro. No, like, that's you. He said accomplished.
Yeah, like, it's like, hell yeah. Yo, what do you think you're going to do, bro? Like, come on. I mean, we got to face facts, yo. And it's just facts. Like, Jay and Jimmy, shit, they twins. Like, Jimmy, a little older. Them dudes is 40-something years old, man. I mean, they not at the beginning of their. I'm not trying to age nobody. I'm not trying to put a fucking time span on nobody, but I'm just saying, let's be real. We're gonna see the Usos back some point.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Like, what are they gonna do individually? Like, we gonna do this again? Like, you know, they fought each other. That didn't work out well. He's been eating the biggest shit that he's done. He's done all of that. He said he left the bloodline. He became individual Jay, and he's been fucking killing it. But when it comes to it, he always loses the big one. When it comes to it, it's like, is he going to beat Gunther? One of the biggest fucking heels they have, one of the best heels they have right now. I just don't see where it's going to go, bro.
I get it though, and I like the answer though. Accomplished, yeah, that is some real shit. Like you would feel accomplished like a motherfucker though.
Did a
But
lot, man.
what about Jimmy though? What about Jimmy? Do he get a singles run?
I don't think it really hit with Jimmy, bro. I think Jimmy kind of.
That's true.
Jimmy kind of hit the time kind of fucked Jimmy up because remember he got injured. Jimmy,
Mhm.
that's the whole reason why Jay kind of went on the run that he did was because Jimmy was injured.
True.
But I'm not saying Jimmy can't, 'cause in my opinion, and even though it's like Jay is killing it, I'm not gonna lie to you. I still feel like Jimmy has like more the personality. I feel like Jimmy can really stand out. Like even that interaction that he had with Gunther when he was just that was, bro. Everybody was talking about that smack, bro.
Mhm.
You feel me? Like
Yeah.
Jimmy is still a standout, nigga.
Yeah, we all thought it would be Jimmy over Jay, but like I just said, when the pandemic happened, Jimmy got hurt. Jay was with Roman in the bloodline, and that's what things did take a turn though. Yeah, man, like I wouldn't mind seeing the Hardy. I mean, not the Hardys, but the Usos back together, which they eventually are going to get it, and we could probably gonna get the Hardys versus Tama Tonga and Tama Loa.
That's what I want to see. I want to see the Usos versus the Tongaloa and Tama Tonga. Like, I want to see shit like that, bro. I want to see Babyface Solo with the Usos. Like, there's still that shit that I want to see. I want to see the good bloodline, even if Roman ain't really there. I want to see the good bloodline like linking up and like helping each other and going up against a new Imperium. Like, I'm ready for that shit, bro. Like,
I'm down for a new Imperium.
Let's go, man. Come on, there's shit you could do and stop playing with. Like, what is Ludwig doing by himself? Like, you breaking everybody up to, like you said, Dre. I'm gonna use your words to putting everybody with Rey Mysterio to not do shit with him. Like, what the why? It's, like, let's let these motherfuckers. You just got Phoenix, and now he's on SmackDown, and Penta's on fucking Raw, bruh. Put these niggas together. They go to the Lucha Brothers. Like, put them together, bruh. Stop trying to make individual stars of the tag team, motherfuckers. Like, you have enough individual stars, bruh. Drew McIntyre's fighting Damian Priest. Damian Priest should still be with the fucking Judgment Day, in my opinion.
You talk about me, dog. You is going, man. You is going. Hey, no. I think it was what was it, Monday night? I think the ring announcer said somebody said Rhea Ripley was still with the Judgment Day, and I was like, but damn, that was a long damn time ago. Yeah, but dog, that is some accurate shit, man. That really is though. Yeah, I agree. Drew McIntyre should be definitely doing something big. And Damian should still
that should have been the match. How was that? And Drew should have won. The fact that Drew McIntyre has not had a championship. Can you remember the last time he championship besides that little 2 seconds at WrestleMania? It's insane. You can't remember when that motherfucker was a champion.
No, the only thing I remember,
champion, U.S. champion, he hasn't had a belt, and all the greatness that he's done, he hasn't had. If I was Drew, I'd be quitting. I'd go to AEW. I'd be like, man, fuck, I ain't getting shit over here.
The last thing I remember him having the title, if it wasn't like a world championship or the WWE championship, is when he was teaming up with Dolph Ziggler and he was tag team champions.
Damn.
And that was a little minute ago.
Lost to CM Punk and like all the matches they had. Drew been getting dirty work, bro. And then you gonna put him at now the nigga got an eye patch on, getting slammed by Damian Priest in parking lots. They were doing the same shit with CM Punk and him fighting in the parking lots. And bro, stop, bro. What's going on, man?
Damn.
WWE. I see y'all hiring writers. Bro, listen, put your boy on, man. I'll have fucking wrestling crazy. Niggas will be on AEW and TNA.
Hey,
yo, what the fuck is going on, yo?
That's crazy. Hey, look at WrestleMania next Saturday, and it's some stuff to look forward to, man, and maybe some stuff that not look forward to though. But we're gonna definitely. What's your ideal WrestleMania card then this year though? Would you still have what matches would you keep and what matches would you not keep?
That's a good question. That's a good ass question right there. Listen, man, if it was me, like I said, one of the things I definitely would have since everybody's ignoring the fuck out of it. The Rock is the one that kind of put all this shit together. The Cody Rhodes and John Cena. I get it. It's good. It's a good story, right? It was one of the biggest, most talked about things that happened for WrestleMania. Cena turning heel. I would flip that shit, and like I said, make that about some, hey, John Cena's just trying to do something because he feel like it's his last bit of time, and put all that shit on Cody and flip Cody, and have Roman Reigns enter that fucking match somehow, and have Roman Reigns, even if he doesn't win, have him not win because of The Rock. And then go back to that to build for Rock and Roman at SummerSlam. That has to happen. If that shit don't happen, we don't get some kind of inclusion with Rock and Roman, I don't know, man. I'm going to be upset forever with WWE, man, because if that shit don't happen, it don't make no sense. CM Punk? Yeah, I mean, CM Punk, I don't give a fuck about Paul Heyman and them, bro. Seth Rollins, I like Seth's character. Seth's making that shit more interesting than both Roman and CM Punk, in my opinion. I ain't going to lie.
Okay,
Solo versus Jacob,
definitely.
Single Montez. If you want to split up a tag team, that's the motherfucker you need to split up. You been need to split that up. Single Montez.
Yeah, I don't know why they still together, man. And now they, doing their thing as a tag team, and it just felt like, man, look, we passed our time as a tag team, but we just gonna still, compete as one, on SmackDown. But yeah, man, it's some crazy stuff. Definitely some crazy stuff. I gotta skip Tiffany in Charlotte Flair match is getting annoying.
Their match is probably gonna be pretty good, but if Charlotte wins,
like what?
That's where you really have to question, like, why? Like, why does Charlotte need to win this shit?
Another match that is confusing to me is the whole damn. Did I even show the graphic up here? I don't even think I did. But yeah, the matchup that's confusing to me is the Intercontinental Championship matchup. You got Braun Breaker going against Penta, taking on Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio. Now, don't get me wrong. I feel like this is going to be a good matchup. It may be a show stiller though. But how don't we have Finn Balor versus Dominic though? Like, I mean, come on. We seeing this is about to happen, though, that Finn Balor is going to be upset. And my pick for this, early predictions, though, just this match, Dominic is winning it.
Oh, yeah. Well, actually,
who you think? Because I feel like Dominic, I mean, if he don't win now, he's going to win sometime, obviously, in the future.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But I thought this would have been a great, I guess, to break up the Judgment Day in its entirety, because obviously Finn Balor is getting upset and mad and jealous of a Dom where he think, he's the only one who got the title shot.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely see it. Like, Finn and Dom is definitely the right thing to do. But I don't know. I'm pretty positive fucking Penta gonna win that shit, bro.
Penta?
Or Braun's gonna retain. Yeah. Or Braun's gonna retain, which I don't think so. Because once again, like we're talking about EO earlier, I ain't gonna lie to you. Besides an awesome spear, Braun Breaker is fucking he's the champion. And he's the afterthought in that whole thing or whatever. Penta's new. Penta's undefeated. And people are interested in him right now. Finn and Dom are in Judgment Day, and they're kind of got heat. So they've been in, a team for a while. So they got an interesting little feud going. So you're interested in that. But Braun Breaker, he's just Braun Breaker. He just does a really good spear. That's all we got for him.
Yeah.
Dog.
I wasn't going to admit that. I wasn't going to admit that because I'm a fan of Braun. I like Braun. Braun, for some reason, gives me, I don't know, not all the way, but he just gives me a Batista vibes in a way. And I don't know what that is. Maybe it's his entrance or something, though. And I feel like he's, the next guy to really come up to be a big superstar. But I'm really not loving his Intercontinental Championship run. Like you see him once every 2 months. He pop up in the crowd. He spears somebody at the Royal Rumble that goes viral. He speared Carlito on Monday night, broke him in half. So it's like, and maybe WWE is dropping little bits and pieces of Braun Breaker, and it's like, hey, you see him, and maybe in a year and a half he'd be WWE champion. Who knows though? But
Ray, listen to what you just said, bro. Real quick. Listen to what you just said. Dropping little pieces, and then maybe in a year and a half, maybe 2 years from now, like the nigga hot now, bro.
But it don't seem like he's gonna beat Cody Rhodes or whoever's the WWE champion right now. Like the
That's
WWE,
crazy.
see, and then that's another thing with them creating a second world title. Like you have more superstars that will become a world champion or have the opportunity to become world champion, than just having just one top title, like just the WWE Championship. Because if
Yeah.
you have that, like for example, like in 2006, when Rey Mysterio won the Royal Rumble, or when Eddie Guerrero passed away, if it was not a World Heavyweight Championship, Rey Mysterio would have never won that championship.
Should have never won that shit. Fucking one of the worst decisions ever. But
You
we ain't
know,
gonna talk about that. I never liked any of that Rey Mysterio versus the Undertaker and Great Khali. You know, this shit was so
oh yeah,
goofy.
some people
But
used to say that.
yeah, man, it's like, but at the same time, you're right, bro. Like, you know, the world title does open up a lot of opportunity to see Gunther and Braun Breaker. That would be something that
That would
I'd be
be
way more interested in.
nice.
You know, but that's why I'm saying, bro, there's so much, man, that these motherfuckers ain't even doing nothing with, yo. And that's why it's getting frustrating, because even Finn Balor, I'm ready to see Finn do some
I'm
shit like while he's sitting in the background, bro. Like, they tripping, yo. It's a lot of people that are just kind of sitting around. Drew McIntyre is the biggest. Like, if I fuck black and white, like Drew McIntyre should be like, you know, at the head of the fucking complaint line. Like, bro, do you see my work, bro? I had the people walking around with funeral shirts with CM Punk pointing at the tombstone, and you telling me that that guy hasn't had any, not even a tag team, any fucking titles on his waist, bro. And then you got him in a random ass who gives a shit match with Damian Priest. Is it even like, can you make it like a street fight? Can it be something entertaining? Because there's nothing to the match. It might as well be main event.
I think they could turn it into something no holds barred, because a lot of the segments they seem to have fights off in the crowd backstage area, and until like the parking lot or whatever though. Man, oh man. Yeah, it's
This
some.
Mania build just hasn't been. Yo, listen, is it the Mania build, or is it just? It seems like after WrestleMania. Yo, I'm gonna say it. Y'all ready? It's been a year. It seems like after WrestleMania 41, shit has started to decline, bro. That's my opinion. Jey Uso was one of the greatest things that came out of it. You know, it was a lot of fun. But now we're getting into the part where we're trying to put him in a more serious position. And in a serious position, you got to start questioning. That's why all this shit is happening. That's why shit has been boring. Things is weird. It ain't entertaining. Even before Gunther, like, you know, started licking blood off Jimmy Uso and stuff, we were even saying about him, like, his shit been kind of boring. AJ Styles coming back. The only person who's been truly entertaining throughout everything, and I'll give him his flowers, CM Punk has been killing it. CM Punk has been killing it. Everybody can talk anything they want as far as on the mic, as far as being entertaining, as far as getting into good ass matches. Punk has been killing it, bro. But Punk, you know, you got a couple of people who's been doing their thing. The tag team title division, you can fucking forget about it. That shit is trash, bro.
Especially on Monday Night Raw.
The
Now,
War Raiders, oh
yeah,
yo, bro, please, man,
yeah,
go somewhere, man. That shit is so lame, bro.
so lame. SmackDown
So
got a
lame.
better.
Am I tripping?
SmackDown got a better tag team division. When they got the obviously you got the Street Profits, you got Pretty Deadly, you got DIY, you got Huberto and Gaza, you got Legado del
Machine
Fantasma,
Gun,
you got, yeah, you know, like you
Achilles,
got a,
whatever.
yeah, exactly. You got a couple of tag teams over on SmackDown. And on Raw, it's just
Corny ass New Day.
yeah, I don't know what happened with that, man. Like the
It's
New
fucked up,
Day
man.
had a big moment and it just fell flat after that, and just the War Raiders, and yeah, like yeah, so that's wild. And I'm not liking what Lyra Valkyria is doing. I was rooting for Bayley to win the Intercontinental Championship. You know, I think Chelsea Green is doing more than probably any woman right now that's holding a women's championship.
You
You know,
absolutely right.
with her little secret to Hervis or whatever, like, you know, it's something, you know. But yeah, everybody else pretty not doing much at the moment, for real, man. So
You're right,
yeah, it's a
man.
weird time. It is Super Bowl season of wrestling, so it is WrestleMania season. I'm excited. We be here doing a live stream all next week, man, for WrestleMania week. You know, NXT Stand and Deliver. NXT, man,
Oh, yeah,
they just killing it, man.
they
I
are.
can't say anything bad about NXT. What they doing with Javon Evans, with Obafemi, Trick Williams,
Yep.
Roxanne, just everybody,
Even the
man.
short,
So
even the new little they're not disrespecting that new stable. They're treating them like
oh
they're
yeah,
important. Yeah,
yeah,
they're doing good. They're doing really
yeah.
good.
All right,
hmm
before we get out of here, man, have you checked the LFG show out?
I actually started watching the first 2 episodes, and then I haven't caught up yet. So I've been kind
Okay.
of hearing a couple of things here and there. Some of the things that I am catching up on that I do see, it looks like they're starting to kind of make it a little more cinematic, and I don't really like that. I like the fact that they were kind of keeping it. I want it to be like a little natural. Like it seemed like Bubba Ray and the one kid who was on that Roku channel show who
Yeah,
got into the fight. Like it seems like they're starting to play him a little bit. Like they see he's a character, so it looks like they're starting to, yeah, be the bad guy, be the bad boy, and say stuff to them. And
yeah.
him and Bubba Ray getting into it and shit. And I'm just like, what are they gonna watch them have a match at Mania or some shit? They know
Yeah,
these motherfuckers do, bro. They be trying to put it all in there.
yeah, I can see them having a match down the line. It's a really good show
Yeah,
in my
it is.
opinion. It's sort of like a new version of Tough Enough, but with them coming together and having actual matches on the show. So
Yeah,
it's a pretty good show, man. If anyone could be my coach, it would be Booker T. I think Booker
yeah.
T would definitely be my coach. Obviously, the
Not
Undertaker.
Swerve.
Yeah, not swerve at all though. I love Mickey James, second favorite female wrestler of all time.
Oh
Bubba is
shit.
dope. Yeah, yeah. If it's Trish and then Mickey, man, like, whew.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Okay.
Trish Stratus was like when she was on her way out, Mickey was the one who was coming in playing the crazy chick, and then
Yeah.
I never
Right.
forget. I never forget. It blew my mind though. WrestleMania 22, and Trish
Mm,
Stratus, Mickey James have a matchup, and in the middle of the match, Mickey James grabs Trish Stratus' pussy.
I loved
And
it.
I was like, what in the world? This shorty crazy.
Lick the
Shorty,
fingers. And lick the fingers like a freak. And I was
yeah,
like,
like
okay, yeah, this
I
bitch is
said,
crazy.
yeah.
Yep.
What? And yeah, like I said, Bubba, Mickey, Undertaker, yeah, Bubba, and Booker. So yeah, really cool show, man. Really cool
Yeah.
show. Yo, everybody, man, appreciate everybody definitely tapping in, man. To talk pro wrestling this week. We be back at it with Commission Talk. I believe next week or the week after. I know it's WrestleMania week. Warren is doing what he's doing. Shout out to Warren, man. He had a really cool series come out with a Mrs. and Mr. and Mrs. Marlowe
Yeah.
this past Sunday. So if you haven't checked that out, definitely go check it out and check out some of his later content, as well as my guy Brian B. Man, he got straight through the ropes later on tonight with the crew. Man, tell everyone where they can
Oh,
catch you at and anything else, man.
yeah, guys, come check us out. We have a new team that's coming in to sit in with us tonight. Wrestling with Ready. They're over on on Instagram, on TikTok, and if you know him, pretty big name on Instagram, King Cooley. This guy's like a belt connoisseur, man. He's got a million belts. He was at
Mhm.
Mania last year, and they're gonna come on and talk with us tonight. But yeah, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern time on YouTube, on Twitch. That's what we're really trying to grow. So come watch us over there and make sure you subscribe to the channel for sure.
Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up, man. Dominic is winning this match. Hey, man, I hope Dom winning.
Yeah,
I could
I
definitely.
wouldn't mind if Dom wins. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Dom's the
Do you
man.
guys know who is C-Jax?
C-Jax. No, I never heard that before.
Never heard of that one before.
I clean
Definitely
my
gotta
bath
check it
for
out.
Ajax.
Hey man, nah, I don't think we heard of that one though. But hey, that's what's up. Appreciate everyone. Definitely. Make sure you tune in to STR, man. We back at it tomorrow night. Episode 9 of Beyond 1130. Definitely catch up on season 4, man. The previous episodes, man, before we wrap it up with the season finale
Yes.
of Beyond 1130, man. For real. We had it Friday night watching SmackDown, and we off until Monday. I appreciate everyone once again for definitely tuning in. It's your man Dre, aka Dre on Wheels. My guy Brian B. Stay safe, stay blessed, give all the glory to God, man. Won't he do it? Yo, tell a friend. We out, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Peace out, bro.